Good day, everyone. You're welcome to Political Matters in OPC TV Thunders Communication. I'm Alagbe Kayode, and I'm here by the newsstand as always to interview people. So today I'll be talking about restructuring. The Southern senators have also come out to ask for restructuring of Nigeria. So don't go nowhere. When we come back, we'll be talking to our interviewees. We'll be back. Can we know you, sir?
I'm Laure Badu.
Okay, Mr. Badu. Let's quickly talk about what was written on the dailies today. The Southern senators and also the Southern governors, alongside the Northerners, also have also called for restructuring in Nigeria. And again, based on what we are hearing from the dailies today, they have also been plotted by the Northerners to divide Nigeria. Let's quickly get your reactions concerning this.
Well, I saw a transformation. So you understand, coming up in the country, we want to have a new nation. Because in the history, I don't think we have seen something like this. But however, seeing it happening now is a process. But it's a process that could still take a longer time to achieve. But the journey have to start in a day. The journey of 100 miles has to start in a day. However, on the restructuring of a thing that was being concluded by all the Southern governors, in fact, it is a plus to them that they can come irrespective of parties or tribe, ethnic, to come into a conclusion and say, yes, this is what we want. So it now means that yes, they are now perspecting things from the actual angle that the common man, a layman who felt that is not being included as in looking things. So by the issue of restructuring, I think is a way forward. But what is restructuring, by the way? Restructuring is a process of changing things, changing a dimension. So you understand? So what are going to be changed? What are going to be restructured? We are still going to highlight all this and see the possibility of making this to work, or time, duration that is going to take. But coming into that, in fact, is a great plus to the Southern governor and the senators. Wherever the northern part of it, like you said, that maybe this is about bringing, this is about the division or whatever. It depends on how you perspect it. But I want to believe that every region is being blessed potentially with what we have. But politicians has come to put in their selfish interest to make some tribes to be a kind of oppressor to the other. But I want to believe that, like the restructuring now, what are things that we want to restructure? This is what we determine or tell us.
Do you even think it's restructuring? Do you think it's even achievable?
Restructuring is achievable. I believe it's achievable because it is, what are the things? That's why I said, what are the things that I want to restructure? We have the for instance, we have the revenues, we have the oil, we have this Ajaokuta, we have that. So you understand? Every state has its own. Who has been controlling this? Now, Lagos State here, the port, like some people will tell you that it was a particular tribe that is controlling the port. There is a particular tribe that is dominating the airport, the international this. At the end of the day, the resources, the revenue you are getting from here, where is it majorly going to? Who are really feeling the impact of this positive impact, the negative impact? You understand? So these are things we want to restructure. The Northerners, they have their own potentials there. They are blessed. There is no place as a Christian that I will say, or there is no region I will say God has not done something. It's just for you to now go back on your drawing board and see what has God put in place for me that have not actually, or who are those that has been blocking this for me. From there, we move forward. So restructuring is something that is achievable.
Now let's quickly talk about terrorism in Nigeria. The latest news that we have been getting from the daily is that these terrorist groups now are going to be attacking church and mosques, and so they have also warned Nigerians concerning this latest update. Now I'm looking at this terrorism started from as far back as 2013, from the Boko Haram eras when they first started, and it's still happening 2021. Do you think that this terrorism will still continue in Nigeria, or we will find a way to curb this terrorism in Nigeria?
See, the terrorism, I always like to give definition
Okay.
because it's a basics.
Yeah, go on.
It's a basis to everything you are analyzing. You must be able to define what the terrorism is. Sorry, I schooled in Minna. My years back in Minna, there was this governor who happens to be the governor of the state, Engineer Kure. He's late now. Then I think Yerima was in Zamfara. Then that introduced Sharia. Then the way we perspect Sharia is like, when we look at it, what is going to happen? Why are they? But Obasanjo was in the seat then. He said every state should go for what he feels could work for him. So you understand? That is the way. And from that point, we have been seeing some groups, if not for the killing of Yusuf, the founder of Boko Haram, we wouldn't have known that we are living with the terrorists. Because then I could remember in Minna, then there is always this program when they were fighting, when they were looking for Osama bin Laden. The Northerners then did not see anything wrong on Osama bin Laden. So you understand? From fanatical look of things, religiously, they felt that this is our person. He's fighting, he's a jihadist. American has used him, he has done this. So you understand? But at the time, when things began to work other way, we now tag that group the terrorists. So also IPOB was tagged terrorist. Another group too can be tagged terrorist. But in the first place, what is terrorism? Who are terrorists? We have to get this clear. Because now, what the IPOB were calling for, is it not what the southern governors have come to conclusion? The agitation Sunday Igboho was calling for, when you perspect it, you will see that this is what these people are calling for. This is what brought about agitation, and they are ready to be tagged. So the act of terrorism that we are talking about, something must have prompted it. What prompted it is, these people said they want to be attacking churches and mosques, and we heard that there is a settlement in Niger State, their settlement in Niger State, that they were sharing, and even in Yobe, that they were sharing rice, they were giving palliatives and what have you. Are these people that are ready to attack people that are supposed to be doing this? No, I don't want to believe it. But everybody has his own objective. What are they looking for? Do they want an Islamic state that will be controlled by Sharia? It's part of the structure that we are going to debate. If it is what they feel that yes, it's going to work for them, they are going to be getting allocation from Saudi or what have you, from the other thing, and they will be. The government should look at it. Okay, who are the set of people that will prefer this? They give them a province. You can still remain one Nigeria independently, regionally. Do you understand? But you will know when you get to this region, this is what they practice. If it's okay for you to go, you go. If I go to this area, this is the procedure. This is the Western world, this is Arab world, this. Because ethnicity ground, it is a multiple something in the country. So we have to have
different people with different
ideas. So how do we cultivate this? And at the center, we allow the center to hold. A common thing we hold the center. So that is my view in that aspect. So the act of terrorism, I still want to believe, before I can say what is a terrorist, is somebody who sees something right and felt he doesn't want it. So you understand? And he began to do what? Destroy it. A destructive act. He doesn't want to see anything good. But you don't tell me that somebody who believes in Arabic or believe in Arabic learning wants to become a Malam or whatever. An Hausa man will prefer to be called Malam than a professor. That's by battle of exposure.
Yes.
So you can see the interest he placed on particular thing. While here in the south, you are having a PhD holder. You said, I'm proud, I have a doctor in my family, I have a doctor in my family. So you can look at it from the both angle. Okay, for him to be a malam, okay, how will he live his life in that angle? For him to be a doctor or a professor, how will he live his life and not be hindered like this person? Because we have a common center. So which we have to work on. So that is my view on that.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Please, can you quickly come forward? Good day, sir.
Good day.
Can we know you, sir?
I'm Peter by name.
Okay, Mr. Peter. Now let's quickly talk about what was written on the dailies today. Yesterday we talked about the southern governors asking for the impeachment of Muhammadu Buhari and asking for restructuring of Nigeria. Now today, it's as if more groups have also been coming out and asking for the same restructuring. The southern senators also have come out, and also the northern groups also have also come out to ask for Buhari's impeachment and also to ask for restructuring in Nigeria. In fact, the northern groups also have also gone as far as plotting a means to divide Nigeria. Let's quickly get your reactions concerning this.
My reaction is that their move yesterday was a good move.
Okay.
All Nigerians appreciate the move. But one thing I notice about it is that are they going to implement it, or are they still going to play politics concerning the issue? Because they just come out, we see that okay, they have meeting with president yesterday. Does it mean that they will still wait for years before they implement it, or they will still sit to conduct another confab, or they will use the one of 2014? We don't really know.
They said the one of 2014, confab of 2014 is enough, that they don't need to do another one
but
again.
The confab of 2014, it's like they throw it in the zoo. When they retrieve the information back, will they tamper it? Because this Nota Cabas, I'm not sure that confab of 2014 they are going to make use of it. They are still going to adjust it. That is what will bring serious issue in this country, because the adjustment of that confab will bring serious issue. Because you cannot expect northerners that have oil wealth in south.
Yes.
You expect him to just lose his oil wealth like that, just like that, because of confab. So the thing is going to bring a lot of issues. I don't know how they will solve it, but I can tell you that that move concerning that security and confab, that move by the southern government is a very good move, and we youth we are happy about it.
But do you think that this restructuring, do you think it's going to pull through?
My brother, you see this restructuring, it's a very diplomatic game. It's a game of the wise people. Because if you don't play wise, I can tell you that that restructuring,
You know what?
I have 80% sure that that restructuring will not work. Because that restructuring based on southerners, because they have the resources, they have the manpower, and they have the knowledge.
Okay.
So for somebody to just come that Mr. President want to restructure this country, that means they have to go some mile. It's going to take a lot. We are just saying maybe 2-3 months. It will take years, because these people have to re-strategize themselves now. They cannot just lose everything one day. They have to re-strategize, know their way, know how they will manage themselves during restructuring. Because for you to restructure Nigeria now, what do you want the North to feed on? What about their oil wells? What about their businesses in that oil region? So it will be very hard for them.
Because our last interview just said that for the north, someone from Kaduna that has over 21 oil wells in
not
the south,
even 21.
It's not going to be able to relinquish those oil wells.
You see, the southern of Sokoto have close to, is it 21?
21, yeah, it said 21.
Something oil well.
Yeah.
And you said that kind of person, you just allow restructuring. He must at least,
Sorry, can you come closer?
he must at least restructure his own team first before they can say let us restructure Nigeria, because you can't avoid him to lose all those oil well. Despite that it has been long, it has been decades that they have been sucking it, they have been drilling it, does not mean that they will just release it to Nigeria like that, to the southern like that. So it's going to cause a lot of issue. So that is what me I think about that oil well of the thing.
Okay, now so we have been trying to bring unity in Nigeria. At least we've had Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu clamoring for unity. We have had other political leaders also clamoring for unity. But I think this unity is perfect because people are not really we are not really united. You understand? And this is what's bringing out terrorism. Just yesterday, Professor Akintoye said that terrorist groups will now be attacking the religious church and mosque. Okay, you heard about it. Let's hear. Do you think that this insecurity and this terrorism, these terrorist groups will not allow Nigeria to rest? So what do you think that we can do from now?
You see, this terrorist group of 18, Nigeria have involved themselves in what they cannot even control again. If, for example, they invite this group to come and work for them in Nigeria, that one does not mean that they will give them the kind of equipment they equip them. They fund them, they equip them, they clothe them, they do everything. To an extent that, okay, despite they have finished their mission, okay, go back to where you come from. That was what caused the problem. And these people, once they test something and the thing is good, it's very difficult for them to remove their mouth from it. So for you to about terrorism, since they have gained ground in this Nigeria, I don't think they are going back again. Terrorists cannot stop, they can only reduce their power. If anybody tell you that terrorists will stop in Nigeria, it cannot stop.
But do you think this is the way we are going to live our lives as Nigerians now?
One thing is that we see, we manage what we see. But one thing I believe that once you invite terrorists in any country, just for your own selfish interest.
Because just yesterday, from the NYS, we know they are doing NYS now, and so I saw on their Twitter and they said something concerning students or the corps members should not travel at night. Now, when you say people should not travel at night, and you are posting people to Yobe, and Yobe is about 23 hours journey, how do you not expect them to travel at night? Seriously, insecurity is going to, and when you are traveling at night, there's definitely danger. So that means they see something wrong, and they see something that we have not been able to undo. What's your reaction concerning this?
Issue concerning security is a very serious issue. For me, I have a contract I want to do in North.
Okay.
But because of insecurity, I have to at least leave the contract for now. So for NYSC, I will even advise their parents that anyone they posted in the North, for now they should postpone it, or if they have anything they can do about it, they should just, because I was coming back from last week, a man was showing us his car very close to from Lagos State to this Ondo State. They ambushed them. They are in convoy. They ambushed them. A pastor even lost his life. Just Ondo State. They ambushed them. A pastor even lost his life during that journey. So the man was showing us the bullets where they shot. Somebody just come out from the bush, just start shooting the car. So the man, bullet even touched the man at his leg. So if we talk about all these terrorists, they have gained ground. They have gained ground. You can't, for example now, in Southwest now, they have more than 1,200 and something settlements in Southwest. In Southeast, they have 300 and something settlements in Southeast. Despite the Southeast, they have 300 and something settlements in Southeast. Look at the difficulty they are facing in that place just to chase them away, despite their ammunition and everything. Not to talk of Southwest, they have more than 1,200 and something settlements. So it will be very difficult for Southwest to fight insecurity. It will be very difficult for them to fight herdsmen and bandits in this Southwest. So in terms of security issue, government is not trying.
Mr. Onyema, yeah, happy Eid Fitri to you. Yeah, so we talked about the southern governors yesterday asking for the impeachment of Muhammadu Buhari and asking for the restructuring of Nigeria and also banning open grazing in their respective states. Now, so other people have joined, as the southern senators too have joined, and also the northern group, and they have also asked for this same restructuring. And there have also been plots, to divide Nigeria from the north. What's your reactions concerning this?
If the federal government said they have already banned open grazing, This is what the people have been clamoring for long, and the government did not do anything concerning that. So now the Fulanis, they have taken over all over Nigeria for opening grazing. So what is how? Look at the way they are killing people in Benue. It's because of open grazing, and the people of Benue, the governor refused to give them a land for open grazing. That's the reason why they are killing them. So now, if the southern and the eastern and they are clamoring for restructuring or the impeachment of the president, I don't know the president they are going to pitch. I don't know whether it's the dead one or the living one. So if the president is alive, let him come. He's supposed to be. He could have addressed the nation. He could have been addressing the nation as the insurgents that is happening in the country. The president is supposed to be giving detail, telling people to be calm, that they are doing something concerning that. But the president is not coming out to speak anything concerning that. So I don't know the president they are talking about, because we know there is nobody in the Aso Rock. So if they say there is a president in the Aso Rock, let him come out either in NTA channel. Let people sit. Let them do open, conversation. Let people ask him question. What he's going to do concerning the banditry in the country. So because we know that there is nobody that is there. So they are just pretending, deceiving the nation for us to know that the president is still alive. The president is not alive. If the president is alive, let him come out. Not audio recording. They will be playing, they will be giving us audio recording, wearing mask, deceiving the nation. We all know that there is no president there. Now, if the northern, let me say this, the northern region, they don't know what they call restructuring. They don't know anything concerning. If you are talking about restructuring, it's like division. You are calling for breakup of Nigeria. They don't know anything concerning.
And that's exactly what he said.
Yes, and now the people have been talking about restructuring. Restructuring meaning every state, every region will manage what they have, the resources they have, so that they will be, there will not be sentiment, there will not be tribalism, so that whatever you have, you manage it and develop your state. So that there will be competition. The country will be restructured. The country will be developed. But they don't know anything concerning that. That is why they thought that it's a war. Whenever you talk of restructuring, they are telling you it's war. That they are going to fight war. That they will kill. They will do that because it's only we, the west and the eastern region, we know what is restructuring. So that is why we have been clamoring, because there are so ethnicity, tribalism in Nigeria today that have entered our blood, that the North thought that this country belonged to them, that they can do anything they like. So now, if you look at the people that are in government today, that are ruling, that have all the BB posts in Nigeria today, it's only the Fulanis. Even the Hausa have no place. So now we cannot take that. So the best way to rule this country, to make peace in this country, is restructuring, so that every state, they will manage what they have. Because now they are talking about the restructuring, and now they are clamoring for war. They are going to fight war. They don't want anything restructuring. So go and manage what you have, so that there will be peace in the country. So that's the only thing. But they don't want that, because they know that if they restructure Nigeria, the stealing that they are stealing in Nigeria, they cannot access it again. They will not have access to that again, because if you look at in the NNPC, oil, look at one sultan of Sokoto have 23 oil wells. Why the indigenous of the people that have oil, they don't even have one oil well. Look at what the Hausas, the Northerners, the Fulanis, look at what they have done to this country. They have collapsed this country, and they want to continue to collapse this country. They say they are born to rule. Look at the country have turned upside down, and they don't care. Any place they enter, they will suck it dry. I don't know, when they are probing people that fraud the nation, they are not frauding. They are not probing all these Fulanis. They are not probing them. So what is fraud? But if others, anything they steal money from the government, they say they will bring them to book. Why are they not probing all these people? All the cabals, why are they not probing them? So if they are talking about restructuring, they will not accept restructuring. because all they want is fight. And that fight they are looking for, except they want northern region to become like a Somalia, it will be level. Because this war they are looking for, when it will start, they are the one that will call, please, they want peace. There will not be peace. Because now people are saying, now all the governors from the southeast, from the south, from the south, now I am telling them that they want restructuring. They don't want to hear. They have adamant ear. They don't want to listen anything concerning restructuring, because it will not benefit them. They don't want anything that will not benefit them, because they feel that other states have all it takes, for restructuring. But them, it will affect them, because they will not steal anymore, because what they are doing there is stealing. So that is why they don't want anything restructuring.
Okay, so we all know as Nigerians that terrorism has started as far back as 2013 in Nigeria, from the emergence of Boko Haram. We all know the story of the Chibok girls and everything. And now the terrorist groups have also come out again, and now it's like they are going to be attacking the churches and the mosques and also other worship centers. It was spoken by Professor Akintoye yesterday. Is it that the terrorism in Nigeria, should we say, is getting worsened, or is there any bid to stop terrorism in Nigeria? Let's quickly get a reaction concerning this.
I don't think there is a way to stop terrorism in Nigeria, because they have already implemented as their law. Is Buhari who bring this terrorism in Nigeria, and we know that it's
but if we say that it is Buhari that brought the terrorism in Nigeria, at least from Goodluck Jonathan's time, there has also been terrorism. At least Boko Haram has emerged by that time.
He's the one that brought it. He's the one that brought it, and it told Goodluck that if he fail, that if he lose the election, that his regime will be ungovernable. So now, that is the reason why when they do all their abracadabra in the government, and the Goodluck look at it, they don't want to fight. He say his blood, innocent blood, is not worth for him sitting there. That he don't want to share blood, he just hand over peacefully. That is why Goodluck hand over peacefully, because he don't want to share blood. So all the things that are going on. So he's the one that, assuming Goodluck did not hand over, I'm telling you, this country, there will be a heavy war, because Buhari is ready to do anything. But unfortunately, he passed, and the cabal hijacked the government, begin to implement those things that they have already make an agreement. So that is what is happening today. So if anybody tell me that Boko Haram, the banditry, the kidnapping will stop in Nigeria today, it will not stop, because if it stop, Gumi will lose the money that is getting, because it's a free money, So when they are paid, do you know how much Gumi is getting from them? He's getting a lot of money. Look at Boko Haram; they are sharing food in Niger, in the northern part, doing Allah for them, sharing money for them. So because do you know how much these people have made from Nigeria? They just want to suck the economy of this country dry. Gumi and the banditry and the Boko Haram, they want to suck Nigeria, suck everything in Nigeria. They want to suck it dry. So that is their plan. So if anybody said that the Boko Haram, the banditry and the kidnapping will stop in Nigeria, it's not possible. It's not going to stop. It will continue, because they have already implemented. They will make sure that the agreement is fulfilled.
Thank you very much for watching our program. This is OPC TV Sundays Communication, and you're watching Political Matters on OPC TV Sundays Communication. We've heard what our viewers have to say today. Our reviewers have said some things that they have talked expressly today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate our Muslim brothers and sisters. Happy Eid al-Fitr, and everything that we want in life will be given to us by God. Thank you very much for watching our program. I am Alagbe Kayode once more, and behind the camera we have Mr. Efe Johnson. From every member of the OPC TV crew, we say bye-bye.